Hi, today's guided meditation is about how being aware of having been forgiven and how we forgive other people helps us to learn to manage our own feelings of shame. You see, most of us know that it doesn't do any good to hold stuff from the past against ourselves. It's just that we do it. And if we're Christians, we've been taught that, and we know in our heads that God has forgiven us, but we do not always feel forgiven in our hearts. And so, this meditation is designed to help you get what you know and what you feel together. For many years, we've heard that we're meant to have a good self-image and that shame is a problem. Lots of people have said that, if you get rid of God, if you get rid of the church, if you get rid of religion, boo on the mullahs, boo on the rabbis, boo on the leaders of any religion, the Buddhists and the Hindus, just get rid of them all. Be a good, clean, non-superstitious, modern, contemporary person, and you won't have any problems with shame. Well, actually, it turns out that the people who have absolutely the best self-image, the highest scores, are sociopaths. Many of them are in jail. When you take a look at the psychological profile of people who kill people and rape people, they have great self-images by and large. In fact, they have such a great sense of themselves and such a poor sense of the value of other people, they think they can just take what they want or who they want. You see, shame maintains the balance between what we think we want and our need to respect other people. So today, most researchers into human behavior acknowledge that shame is a primary emotion, just like anger or love or anxiety, fear, whatever. And we just need to learn to manage it. It's toxic if it's not managed. It's useful if we do manage it. I Googled, getting ready for today's meditation, I Googled psychology and shame just to see where somebody who's reasonably up to date is in their thinking. And right on top, I picked Psychology Today. I think it might have been the third article. Look, a couple million people have looked at this. Psychology Today is a very well known publication for, and Mary Lamnia, Dr. Mary Lamnia, on the 4th of April in 2014, wrote this terrific article on embarrassment and shame being a subsection of embarrassment, very intense, really embarrassing being who we are and with other people. And she gives a great description of how toxic it can be and what the problem is. And then she leaves you with the find a psychologist near you button. Guys, I owned an insurance agency for 27 years. I call that marketing. Now, how would you like some help? This is real honest to goodness help. In the 5th chapter of Romans, verse 6, Paul writes, "While we were still weak, at the right time, Christ died for the ungodly." You see, when we're experiencing shame, we know we did it, we didn't have to do it, we could have done something else, we've done it before, and we'll probably do it again, and it's hurtful, and we don't like ourselves much, and we don't really want to do it again, but you're just not very optimistic about that. And shouldn't be, actually, given our history. It's at that moment, the moment in which we're prepared to confess our weakness and our inability to overcome this character flaw, that we need to have Christ present to us. We all do pretty well on a good day, but it's at this moment in where we're feeling shame, we need to learn to turn to God. Because shame steals everything we know, completely messes up our perspective and leaves us hopeless. Shame just beats us down. And our minds, and we talk about this in each one of these, it's now well proven scientific fact and well received that our minds are better at spotting what's negative, and we hold on to it more strongly and more often than on what's right. And consequently, we end up forgetting the best things in our life and how it actually works. Meditation brings that balance back. We need it all. We need our whole life, including the good, not just the bad and the ugly. And so today's focus question is going to be on where we received and where have we forgiven and where have we given forgiveness. And one other thing, I'm going to teach you a new skill, a new meditational skill. It's using your mind's eye, your imagination, to fill yourself with a thought, because it helps to both calm and to focus. You see, as soon as you sit down to meditate, you're going to start having thoughts. People say, oh, I can't meditate because my mind wanders. Your mind is wandering because you're meditating. That's a necessary and important part of how your brain works. And we generally don't give our minds enough time to meditate. It takes about 40 minutes a day. We do some of it when we wake up. We do some of it when we go to sleep. And if we don't give our minds the time it needs to clear itself, guess what? We get fuzzy. We sort of, too much is going on, because literally too much is going on. So don't fault your brain for doing what your brain is designed to do. To let thoughts come up, go through, you're aware of them, and they go away. You don't have to judge them. You don't have to classify them. All that's taken care of. Okay? Just let your mind be. And when you're meditating and using a focus question, these are not distractions. This is just a part of how our brain works. Okay? So just let them come, let them go, and then repeat the question. Maybe in a different form. All right, so just put your feet on your floor, get yourself comfortable here. You probably will want to close your eyes in order to get rid of extraneous distractions. If you don't know how to breathe deeply and relax, go back to Meditation 1, Introduction to the Foundation Series. I've given you a link. But for those of us that do, or you can just do this and then go back and get the instruction. Less rules here than most places. Just breathe deeply, fill your lungs full up. You'll draw your shoulders back, your head will come back a little bit. Hold it to the count of 7. Exhale towards the end, bring in your abdomen to get rid of the rest of the air. Hold for a moment. Then breathe in to count of 5. Hold. Do that for 3 breath cycles. And now, just relax your shoulders, your neck, in, out. Relax your torso. Relax your legs and your feet. Be aware of the wonderful feelings that just radiate all around the muscles when you relax them. It's really quite wonderful. Now on your next in-breath, imagine that as you breathe in, you're being filled with light. Nice, warm, life-giving light. John, in the introduction to his gospel, says that Jesus is the light of the world, and in him is life. As you breathe out the darkness that never overcomes the light. To the count of 5, breathe in light. And just imagine it permeating your body and be aware of your sensations, their own body sensations as you do this. As you breathe out darkness. As you collapse, your body squeezing out the darkness. Breathe in the light, breathe out the darkness. Do that on your own for 3 cycles. And ask, Lord, where have I been forgiven? And just be aware of what comes up in your own minds. This is your own life. This is your own experience. You might as well know it. Breathe out. Just be aware of what comes. Don't force it. Don't analyze it. Don't judge it. Just let it come. The thought's completely extraneous, let it develop. Just look at it, be aware of it. Let it go. Your mind knows what it's doing. It's doing its homework, its housework. It's just cleaning up after itself. Another form of being forgiven is when was somebody irritated me and then decided it wasn't worth it. That's forgiveness. Let's continue for 3 breath cycles. Whatever comes, comes. If you're doing this on your own, I would counsel you to just do it as long as it's profitable. Then when you feel that if you're done, move to the next. The next focus question is, Lord, where have I forgiven another person? Just be aware of what comes, what floats into the light, what goes away in the darkness. If your mind takes over and does a little bit more of its house cleaning, and the mind, when the thought goes away, ask, Lord, when did I just decide to turn loose of resentment towards another person? Be aware of how that felt and how that affected. And be thankful. Thank God for forgiveness. You can open your eyes now. You'll learn other questions just quite naturally as you go through this in terms of how you've experienced being forgiven and how it is that you've forgiven others. These moments are among the most precious in our life, and it's because we have them that we just don't hope and we don't know in our head, but we understand that we live by grace, the grace we receive, the grace that we give. And now, my friends, just use this exercise for a week. You can always come back if you're forgetting how to do it. But as quickly as you can, but when you're ready, just do it on your own. Once in the morning, once in the evening. In the morning, ask God, who needs my forgiveness today? And in the evening, thank God for who you have forgiven and who you have blessed. And don't forget about index cards. Write down people and situations. And before you meditate tomorrow, look at them. It will help to prime the pump. And in time, you'll remember more. In time, you'll bless more often. And in time, you'll have more to celebrate. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this with a friend.